When we last left our heroes, Serena had been making her way through the frozen tundra and mountain passes and mountain peaks of the southern edge of Barovia. After days of travel, fighting off wolves and various bits of undead beasts, along the way, they stumbled upon a gateway, a gate of fire, with two stone guardians watching from above. She sensed the creatures, using the new gifts that the Morning Lord had given her in Valaki all those, maybe even weeks at this point prior. They engaged with these stone beasts and emerged victorious. But not before Ismark was carried down a deep, dark ravine into the depths, falling countless meters into the mist. Serena gave chase, using the fly spell that Casimir had cast on her at the start of the fight, to pursue the falling Ismark. When she stumbled upon the remnants of the creature, she found Ismark's body crushed underneath it. But Ismark was still breathing, seemingly kept alive by the magical weapon that he had found in the hill, on Yester Hill. She healed him, and he awoke and gave her a greeting of screeching agony, as almost every bone in his body was shattered. But he was alive. She flew back up and took him inside an abandoned guard tower that was right on the other side of this gate, which, after she cast Dispel Magic, the flames dissipated. She took Ismark inside, and Ismark promptly thanked them, both of them. Maybe the first time that he had ever thanked Casimir. And promptly lost consciousness. So, Serena, now here you sit, taking your rest, casting your healing magics, and waiting for Ismark to recover from his fall. The horse is shivering and staying close to Casimir, who is smoking his pipe near the other end of the room, looking out a turret that gazes into the endless mist outside. The howling wind sliding over the stone walls around you and giving that high-pitched ringing sound. And with that, the story is yours. What do you do?
Well, I mean, she's just trying to recover. Obviously this is not going to count as a long rest. I think what I'm going to use Song of Rest to help heal everybody's wounds, including her own.
Okay. You've been playing your music, and the healing energies have been making everyone's wounds heal much quicker than they naturally would. A gift that you have brought to this land and seems remarkable to everyone, but something that you've always had since getting this gift of music. And everyone's wounds are healing much quicker.
Okay, so hang on, let me... Is it only a 1d6?
It's 1d6 extra.
Oh, perv. An extra 6. Ha ha ha. Okay. Good. And she is just humming the melody with her violin, both to bring comfort to those around her, but herself as well. Because, you know, she's a little shaken, and obviously it's freezing.
Quite cold. You hug your wolf pelts that Casimir had made for you closely. And Casimir seems just fine. And he is wearing his garb that you found him in at the Vistani camp on the outskirts of Valaki. This thin Vistani garb. Lots of bright colors, except for as of right now, it seems like it has been long since stained to make all of these bright, vibrant reds and purples dull and dirtied. But he seems like he's just fine, not shivering.
Casimir, how in the world are you not cold?
Oh, it is, thanks to something that my sister gave me.
And he holds up his hand and he's just wearing a ring.
Like I said, I've traversed these mountains before. This keeps me comfortable.
I see. Careful. Are you okay?
You know me. Just age catching up with me.
Takes another big drag.
What do you actually know about the Amber Temple?
I know that it is a place of great power. I know that the key to defeating Strahd is there.
Are you sure?
Yes. I would bet my life on it, as I am.
All right then. And she just continues, you know, watching over Ismark and you know, also you know, tending to the horses and you know, making sure everyone's recovering. Yeah.
Yeah. You are... Yeah, and in that stone tower that you see in the picture behind the gate on the first floor.
Mm-hmm.
So what's your plan? Are you just waiting until Ismark wakes up?
Yeah, she'll just, you know, watch over him, make sure he's okay.
He's definitely seen better days. But he's alive. And it's a while before your music does enough healing to where his eyes open. He clutches the fur that he wears as warmth, similar to yours that Casimir made.
I see that we're still here.
Yeah, we're still here. How are you feeling?
Well, not good. But
Gets to sit up.
Careful.
I'm alive. I'm alive. How do I look?
How does he look?
His clothes are tarnished and torn, and thick with the blood of the creature that he was fighting and his own that is now stained. Several tears are all throughout his pelts and did some major damage. A lot of his facial expressions seemed like scabbed over and scarred, which are slowly beginning to heal the more you play your music. His nose is crooked, and as you look at it, it just begins to snap back into place as he goes,
Well, I suppose when we return back to civilization, we're probably going to have to get you some new clothes.
Don't you have anything that could, just fix it?
Well, growing up, my parents, my grandmother had that spell, and so I never learned it because I never needed to. And now I kind of wish I did.
Wonder if there's a spare of clothes in this place.
There might be, but I don't know if you want to take clothing from a corpse.
Well, see, that I know you can take care of. I've seen you dust yourself off plenty of times.
Well, I mean, okay, you could do that, but I don't know, it's still a little disturbing to do that.
I mean, I don't particularly care. And if we do find clothes here, it'd probably be suited for the weather. Have you taken a look around?
So. We haven't done much searching around yet. We've been waiting for you to recover.
All right, then.
looks to his side, grabs his spear, starts using it kind of like a cane, has a little bit of a limp to him. Damn.
Don't overexert yourself, okay?
Just keep playing that thing, and I think I'll be fine.
You can't just rely on my magic to recover, Ismark. You really scared me back there. When I found you, I didn't think that... I don't know, I almost wondered whether my magic would be enough to save you. Don't do reckless things like that again, okay? Please.
I mean, I was just fighting. It's gonna be dangerous. I'm not a liar. I can't say that I won't do anything like that again, because I know that I will need to fight again before all this is done.
Just be more careful, okay? And she, you know, she's genuinely like really concerned for him, and so she decides to let him, you know, stand and go on his own, but she's not happy.
Mm-hmm. Neither is he. Casimir looks over. Are you all right, little man?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm fine, little man. Good. For a second there, I thought we'd lost you. Yeah. Listen, I already thanked you once. Don't expect me to do it again.
Very well. Big plume of smoke in his Mark's face.
Lovely. Well, I'm gonna go take a look upstairs. Maybe see if there's a coat or something. Maybe some armor. I don't know.
Do you want me to come with you?
Yeah, if you want.
All right. Casimir, do you mind staying here with the horses?
Oh, no problem. Please. Go on ahead.
Okay, let's go then. And she grabs up her things and she goes with Ismark to look around.
Mm-hmm. You look around and you see that he goes for a staircase that's near the southern end of the room. Actually, the western end. Near the gate where he came from. And
Okay.
you ascend the stairs. The upper level of this tower is an icebox with windows set in almost every wall. A rusted iron ladder bolted to the floor and ceiling leads up to a wooden trapdoor. Mounted above the stone hearth is a dire wolf's head. The wolf coming down the chimney howls in its stead. Well, probably would have been nice if we had rested up here and started a fire, but I'll live and learn.
Yeah, well, we didn't want to come up here and accidentally run into more trouble with you and your condition.
Well, and he looks around.
I guess Serena will look around too.
Yeah, make an investigation check.
A good one for the first. Hey, 22.
Yeah, and it's cut off in this brand new overlay that we made.
Yes. Favorite. I mean, you could probably fix it right now.
Yeah, that's exactly.
You know what? You could chop off the top by a little bit and then bring up the bottom.
Yep.
And then the measurement will be the same, maybe. Hopefully.
There we go.
A
Bingo.
little bit more. Oh. It's appeared on screen. Well, now the length of the chat is off.
There we go.
Let me see.
Yep.
Let me see it
It's
on screen.
all nice and fixed.
Okay, fixed.
Yep.
Yes.
You take a look around and you notice that in the fireplace there's no ashes, but next to it are bundles of dry wood that have not been burned, wrapped in a tattered brown cloth that holds the bundle in place. And centipedes and spiders all find this bundle of wood to be their home, and are crawling all throughout it.
Ugh. Oh my gosh. Spiders. Okay. Ugh. And she backs up like I'm gonna deal with that. I'm not gonna deal with that.
What? Wait, what?
Ugh, there's like bugs in there.
Bugs?
Yeah. Look at all the spiders in there.
Really? Like,
I don't like spiders. Okay.
I mean, he goes over. I mean, got a light?
I mean, I can just and she has like firebolt. She can use prestidigitation.
He picks up the wood and cobweb stretches out from each piece that he picks up, and he throws in the fireplace one after another. Makes a nice little tent.
Yeah, and she can actually use prestidigitation to light the campfire, or torch.
Yeah.
So
It lights, and the room quickly begins to fill with the sound of crackling fire. That's nice.
yeah.
All right, well, do you want to check out the trapdoor above?
Oh, Sure, I was gonna ask if you found anything else.
Oh, no. This place seems long since abandoned.
All right. Well, I suppose up we go.
All right. And you continue upward. Man, there it is. As you climb up this ladder, do you go first, or do you let Ismark?
You know what? Let Ismark go first.
Okay. He climbs up.
If there's spiders here, there's probably a lot of spiders in the attic.
Yeah, he opens up the thing, and cobwebs part from the trapdoor, and you see the little arachnid creatures dangling from thin silk webs.
No.
Well, I think I figured out what happened to the people that were here last. And he steps up.
What do you mean?
Well, I found him.
And is it a ladder?
It's a ladder.
Okay, so she'll cautiously climb up as well.
Mm-hmm.
Making sure to kill any legged creatures in sight.
10-foot-tall, gold-plated statues stand atop the battlements facing outward, each one depicting a female huntsman. Knight holding up a lance. The cold wind stirs the snow, under which you see human skeletons, clad in rusty mail. You are at the top of this tower now, completely exposed to the elements.
Oh, we're on the roof?
Yeah, you're on the roof.
Okay, so we're on the roof.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you see bodies covered in snow. Ismark starts pawing away at the snow, looking at their clothes. This might work. It's kind of small for me. All appear to be women. Damn it.
I wonder what happened to them. And she looks at the clothes and wonders if she might be able to find one her size, but not sure.
Yeah, these clothes...
Are they totally ripped apart?
They are not. They seem to be frozen, mostly.
Oh, that's really bad for the material.
Yeah.
Yeah, you really should not stick your clothes in the freezer.
Yeah. But it's also preserved them more than if it were just constantly wet and not frozen.
Uh-huh.
So, the answer is yes. It would look pretty dodgy, though. But this is some fine Barovian gear. And any metal remnants that you see, which are like the broken longbows, bits of tattered cloth, rusted blades, and ruined sheaths, and rusted chainmail, like all their gear is totally unusable. But their clothes may have some use, but they're tattered, for certain.
Okay. Much.
Bless you.
Serena sneezes.
Bless you.
Thanks.
Maybe you want to get back inside. Maybe you're catching a cold.
Maybe that's not a bad idea.
Well, there's nothing up here that I can use.
Yeah.
Oh well. Let's head back down then.
Right.
And you head back down. So, what's the plan then?
Well, we could probably spend the rest of the day here, heal up, and then we can continue on.
Okay. Alright. Well, then I'll make myself cozy. Get back in the cart and get all our stuff.
we'll spend the night, I suppose. Oh,
Yeah.
Not a bad place to rest.
It could be worse.
Yeah.
All right, and then she's gonna go downstairs and tell Casimir, you know, take some of their stuff up. Try to make the place as cozy as possible for the horses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the top area does have a fireplace with enough wood to last through the night.
Okay.
So it's fairly cozy.
That's good.
And you set up, and basically the bottom floor becomes the stables and the top floor becomes where all of you are staying.
Right, and she will still cast tiny hut for the horses below, so that, you know, at least they're comfortable.
You cannot leave the tiny hut.
You can't?
No, you cannot.
Oh, the spell ends if you leave its area. Oh.
You could sleep with the horses if you would like. Ismark and Casimir
Upstairs.
seem particularly keen to sleep next to a fireplace.
Right.
And I think Serena would like a fireplace too. But then again, someone would. It's probably smart for someone to stay below and watch their stuff, their cart, because it would really suck if they woke up in the morning and everything's gone or dead. So. It's okay. So Serena, she realizes this and she very sadly says, "All right, well, you guys enjoy the fire. I'll stay downstairs."
Mm-hmm. So, you bed down for the night, and you cast Tiny Hut on the second floor.
No, tiny hut on the bottom floor.
Oh, on the bottom floor, so you're sleeping with the horses, yeah.
Yes,
Okay,
yeah.
yeah.
She's staying with the horses.
Casimir sets up his stuff on the bottom floor. Ismark sees that you're setting your stuff up in the stables with the horses. And, like, really? We have a warm fireplace and shelter, and you're still choosing to sleep down here?
I know. I mean, I would love to sleep by a fire. It's just, I don't know. If we all go up there and something happens to our cart and our horses, I mean, it's unlikely that someone's gonna be strolling through here, but you never know. And what if, I don't know, they're still monsters.
I guess so.
So, you two go ahead and go upstairs. I'll stay here for tonight.
He rolls his eyes and then goes upstairs.
Roll your eyes at me? What?
And he comes back downstairs with all of his sleeping gear and shit and just plops it on the floor. Starts setting it up. If you're down here, I'm down here.
Well, I'm okay by myself, really.
I know. Think of it more as a... I just don't feel right about it.
Well, I mean, if you're okay with it, I won't stop you. Thank you.
Alright, yeah. So, just keep the sword talking to a minimum. That's all I ask.
I'll try my best.
He sets up around the far corner, away from the horses, and just bunches up, keeping his spear beside him. And you bunker down. Is there anything that you would like to do before this evening comes and goes?
I don't know. She just does her regular, you know, night ritual before sleep. Yeah, I can't think of anything in particular.
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
Great. Then you rest.
Sleep. Sleep time. Do the good berries, and then we do the spells, and they will recover everything.
You rest. And in the dead of night, the wind becomes like white noise, like you don't even hear it anymore. But there's nothing quite like the crackling of a fire. The inside of the tower smells faintly of oak wood smoke, which is both pleasant and unpleasant at the same time. As sleep takes you, you have another one of your dreams, though this one is a little less graphic. The dark silhouetted figures that you've seen in your dreams since coming to this land just watch you. There's no sound. There's no movement. When you try to move, the orientation doesn't shift. When you try to speak, no sound comes out. It's just an entourage of spectral figures staring at you. It's unsettling. And you are awoken by the sound of knocking on the door leading into the tower.
And she looks at, what time is it?
It is very dark outside, and as Mark gets up,
There's someone at the door.
grabs a spear, stands up. Do you want me to?
If you don't mind.
Sure.
And she decides to sit up, and I mean, she's not like, you know, ready to fight, but like she has her violin nearby.
Mm-hmm. Goes over to the door. Unlatches it. Opens it up. And you see the smiling face, dark skin, braided hair, deep, intense eyes of Diona. Oh, hello. And she is carrying a bundle of something, and she's carrying it close to her tarnished wedding dress. So good to see you again, friends.
And she gets up and goes to the door. Now, is the hut like creating a barrier between them?
Your hut, I would say, is to the point where it is covering the entrance. So someone couldn't just, you know, come in through and then go around it upstairs. Like this hut is blocking the entrance.
Okay.
So she cannot step inside, and she's just at the exit of the hut and the door, hugging a bundle in the freezing wind, not shivering. Smiling.
Well, hello.
Hello?
What are you doing here?
I'm merely keeping my end of the bargain. And she reaches forward a bundle in Romelian gift wrapping. I brought you a present.
Oh.
And she looks at it, and she's a little suspicious, but now she has to think about, how does she accept this gift? Does she have to step out? No, she can't step out. Mm-hmm. She has to allow Diona in order to accept the gift. Or just her arms? Or how does this work?
May I come inside? It is quite frigid out here.
Do you feel cold?
I feel a similar sensation. Is not the way that you experience it, I'm sure, but it is unpleasant.
And she looks at Ismark.
He spear at the ready, looking like he's ready to just impale her at any minute. And Diona is not even looking at him. Not even acknowledging that he's there.
She really has to think about whether or not she actually wants to allow Diona in, because once Diona's in, she could do anything, and we don't know.
Please?
I guess, you know, if Serena leaves, the spell pretty much ends anyway, so it'd be the same effect.
Yeah.
So I guess, you know, if she allows Diona in, the spell is maintained at least. So Serena looks at her very cautiously, and she's like, all right, come in. And she's very cautious, and
Yeah, big toothy grin, her fangs show a little bit, but it's almost in a charming way, like a fruit bat almost, where like they have like some pretty intense teeth, but this one,
like it isn't your cat. Like,
yeah. It isn't in a threatening way, but the kind of teeth that you see and you clearly know that it could tear your throat out, but it has good intentions behind it right now. So it's like a mix between intimidation and charm. Thank you very much. And she steps through your protective orb. Ismark goes wide-eyed, and she motions her hand, and the spear goes up. Please don't point that at me. All right, hey. What? He's pointing a spear at me. I'm sorry. I don't.
Ismark, stand back for a little bit. And please give the spear back to him. He'll behave, right, Ismark?
Yeah, he's holding on to it for dear life. Okay, and the spear gives way, and he stands at the ready and at a distance. Here, I hope you like it.
Well, thank you.
And she carefully takes it and looks at it.
You may now look at the image that I sent you.
Oh.
As you unwrap the Romelian paper and unfold this vibrant piece of fabric, you see a dress.
Oh, elaborate. Yes.
A gorgeous dress in your colors.
This is beautiful.
Ah, thank you. I was really hoping that you would like it.
I mean, this is absolutely not practical for travel, but it's absolutely beautiful. Thank you.
You're very welcome. I hope it fits. Do you want to try it on?
She pauses like, yeah, I really do want to try it on, but I also don't know if you might try to kill me at the same time.
If you want, and she motions to Ismark, I mean, I would love to see you in it. I'm sure he would too, judging by the way that he is dawdling at it. Normally I would say some things right now, but I'm trying to hold back on my initial thoughts. Quite. What a charmer you are. Now, if you would not mind going upstairs, the ladies are going to have a little bit of a moment. And he looks over at you for confirmation.
I think, I don't want Ismark to leave, but perhaps he could just turn around.
All right.
That might be safer for both of us.
All right. Little man, If you peek, I will take your ice. Try me. You're so cute. Now turn around and don't look. And looks at you one more time for some kind of confirmation.
And she's like,
Okay.
and she's gonna she's gonna try.
He turns around and is just staring at the wall. She goes in the back and begins to help you don this gorgeous, gorgeous dress. And as she's doing this, so, how have you been liking the road? It must be so hard to travel by horses in this day and age.
It's well, it's not ideal, but it's been okay.
Well, you've made the best of a bad situation. I love what you've done with the place. And the horse is gonna give a...
Yeah. I mean, it could have turned out worse, I suppose.
Yeah. You know, my sister, long ago, was posted here. Before it was abandoned. And she begins to help you with the multiple French layerings that these dresses have.
Right. The 6 billion like straps.
Yeah.
And like 6 million like layers and floofs.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I saw the statues on top of the tower. Your sister worked here. Was she a guard?
She was. I never saw her after the wedding.
Really? What happened?
Hard to say. My beloved has some times where things get boring. Deep breath. Big time.
And like she holds her stomach like,
That feels like home.
yeah.
Beauty is pain.
Right. But, yeah, she is long since passed. Even if she did not fall from the unnatural causes that she did, she would be long dead by now. I feel nothing, but I remember loving her once upon a time.
It's very sad. I'm sorry.
Don't be. The emotions that you feel have long since left me, but I try to remember. I try to hold on to have interactions like this, you know? It's nice to have friends. And she begins to go over with the final layer, making sure the blues are nice and outlined. You know the good stuff from the bad. This is top of the line. You couldn't get any better.
It's Gucci?
Yeah, it's pretty Gucci.
Wow.
Yeah.
Now I have to come up with like a Romelian designer. Mm-hmm. You know, it's like, it's this design.
Yeah. And
did you kill someone for this? Oh my gosh.
The final layer of covering, she puts up the shoulder pads. And then she takes out a jeweled comb and starts combing your hair. And I was told that there is a style to go with this, and I happened to learn it. And she takes out a beautiful hairpin with an insignia on it and a bright red jewel, and pins the hair. And she reaches into her side pocket and takes out a hand mirror and goes in front of you. What do you think? Picture perfect. Belle of the ball. A little dirty in the face since of all the muck. She didn't clean your face or anything like that, but
Oh, prestidigitation.
Yep.
Okay.
And the mirror gets cleaned and your face gets cleaned. Other than the makeup and the shoes, you look so much like the women that run the hierarchy of your home. Which I assume is a compliment.
I think so. Wow. Thank you. I've never worn a dress like this.
Do you like it?
Yeah, it's absolutely beautiful.
Can I turn around now?
Oh, sure. What do you think?
He turns around and he looks at you. And his face goes bright red. It's not really practical, is it? And Diona looks she raises her eyebrow to that. She's like, wow. And she looks back at you. I have been emotionless and undead for hundreds of years, and even I felt that.
But what?
That was a shit thing to say in the moment.
Oh. Well, you get used to his humor.
That wasn't a joke. Hey, quit while you're ahead, little man. Hey, it's not that you look you just stop, okay? Just point your spear at me or something.
I mean, it's true. This design is not really designed for breathing, but why breathe when you look so pretty?
Yes, you do look wonderful. Anyway, about the other matter that we discussed. Amelia.
Oh, yes. Is there any news?
Yes. She is free. And as is predicted, she is planning on doing unpleasant things to you that don't directly defy my beloved's orders.
Okay.
She's already visited the little man's village. What?
What?
Oh yes, it was quite a sight. She really can get carried away. Wait. My village?
And she looks at Ismark, and she's equally, like, horrified.
He's gone, little man. And Ismark's face just drops.
Who?
What?
Wait.
What do you mean, gone? I mean, the damage was done. The people that live inside it are livestock for this generation. Ismark leans against the wall, processing all this.
What is she doing now?
Well, after that, she was coming to find you. She is
kill me?
She is waiting for you in the mountain pass up ahead to ambush. Probably kill the two humans that you travel with and severely hurt you.
Casimir's an elf.
But She has a couple. She has a couple of more. Sorry, elf, human. All you living things look the same to me.
Right.
Anyway, she waits ahead. With
Okay.
2 companions from your village, little man. The priest and his son.
Oh. Oh no, what did she just... What does she plan to do with them?
I do not know. But I came here to warn you. To not take the main road when the cliff sides begin to encompass you. Abandon your cart and take the high. That way maybe you may get to jump on the archers that wait for you above.
Okay. How many did she bring with her?
Including the humans. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I believe there are 9 in total, including her.
9? Oh gosh.
And
All right.
yeah, if had you been unaware, the archers would have rained down hell and you would have just been killed. And that does not suit me at all. We're friends. Big smile.
Right.
So will you kill her for me?
Well, if I'm going to avoid her,
Well, there is no way to avoid her. She is on the trail. Unless you want to go cross country, which is just as suicidal in this weather.
yeah. Okay. So, we stay off the main road, we go off the side path, and we try to ambush her?
Yes. She has the high ground right now. And you will take that from her, and the battle will begin. And you will kill her for me. And after that, we will be even.
Serena is just thinking for a moment. She looks at Ismark.
Ismark, deadpan, is muttering to himself, and his eyes are grayed over, and he is catatonic almost, except for just there's this brief mutter and movement of his mouth. And
Sorry.
Diona's just smiling, very large smile as she's telling you all this.
Serena feels horrible, and she sees Ismark just in this state, and she says, normally, if she were a normal person, I would say no, but seeing as she's caused so much pain and misery, I suppose it's lucky that our goals align. I'll do it.
Good, good. Well then. Take stock of everything around her. I wish you luck, then. And my offer still stands. If you would like a short victory, I can turn your little band into a much stronger one with my gifts.
No. That's quite all right. I would prefer to be alive instead of dead. That's just my preference.
Suit yourself. But when my beloved comes for you, the choice may not be yours, but I honestly hope that it does not come to that. But I've grown fond of you, I'm not going to lie. You're all so adorable. Well, until we meet again then. And next time we do, it may be on less than friendly terms after you kill Amelia. But know that this was very lovely while it lasted. And I really, honestly, dread the day where I will have to kill you all. Honest and truly, from the bottom of my heart.
You don't actually feel anything, do you?
No. Big smile. But I remember this being the proper thing to say, no?
Yeah, you're right. When you go back to Strahd's castle, how long does it take to travel to Castle Ravenloft
Probably.
from here?
From here was probably weeks. You don't know how she got here so fast. Because you also needed to catch up with you.
Right.
But she's
So-
also not human.
Yeah,
So-
right. Yeah, she doesn't. Sleeping?
Yeah. Yeah.
Sleeping's for peasants. Okay. So what? Maybe a little under 3 weeks or a little over 2 weeks, that type of thing.
Yeah, we'll say that it would probably, again, assuming that everything goes well on the road, we'll say probably like 3 weeks.
Okay. Serena will say, your husband invited me to dinner. Tell him.
Her fang shells a little bit, and it grows just a tad bit sharper and pricks her lip a little bit, and a little bit of blood starts to come down her mouth, and then she covers it very quickly. Oh, apologies.
I know you don't like it, and I don't like it either.
I'm sure he would love your dress.
Yeah.
And the wounds heal.
Tell him I will be there in a month from now.
A month. I will do just that. Be careful around my husband, would you?
Oh, I will be.
Well, good night. And she looks over to Ismark, who still is not even responsive. Big smile, walks over to him and looks down, like gets underneath him to look up at his eyes. Oh, so that is the look that my husband loves so much. I do not understand the appeal, but I suppose this is slightly satisfying. Not really my cup of tea. I prefer the arms of my beloved. And she stands up. Good luck.
Oh, hang on. I would like to get out of this dress.
Yes.
There's no way I'm getting this
Yeah.
off by myself unless I cut myself open. I really don't want to do that because this is a very beautiful dress.
Of course. And she goes through. And she starts saying something. But it's odd. It's like everything else is fuzzy and you can't help but look at Ismark. And he's a pretty tough guy. And you just see trails of tears now starting to bundle up in his face and splat on the wood floor beneath him. And that sound, it's the loudest droplets of water that you have ever heard. And it is really distressing to see Ismark the way that he is. Now crying profusely and occasionally letting out just a slight whimper and then just covering his eyes. And yeah.
Serena's heart sinks because it's heartbreaking to see him like that because he's not that kind of guy.
Mm-hmm. And she gets you in your other clothes and opens the door. How did you say it in Ramel? Au revoir? Yes?
In the western part of Ramel, people say that, but au revoir.
And she closed the door behind her.
And she immediately goes to Ismark and she puts a hand to his face.
Ismark. Ismark, look at me. Ismark, we will help your people, all right? And I've already promised that we will kill Emilia, the woman who did this.
I left them. I said that I should go back, and I left them, Serena.
Ismark, you had to for Irina.
It was my job to keep everyone safe. Everyone. Everyone. Now what? My father's dead. My sister is being hunted. And now, everything that I thought I had to go back to is gone.
This isn't your fault, Ismark. All right? The blame should be on Strahd and his wife Emilia, all right? If it weren't for them, this wouldn't have happened to your people, all right? You are a good man.
It's not.
And Serena's gonna hug him like, oh no.
And he leans into it, and your shoulder immediately soaks up the tears flowing from his eyes. And that moment goes on for a long, long time.
And she's just there to comfort him.
And eventually, even Ismark finds crying exhausting. And he leans against his bedroll. You help him over, and he just looks up. Bright red puffy eyes. He just nods and lays down, turning away from you toward the corner of the room.
I know this might be difficult, but try your best to at least get some sleep.
Yeah, okay. You looked really beautiful in that dress.
Thank you. I would say goodnight, but just try to recover.
Yeah.
and she goes to her bedroll and tries to get some sleep as well.
And the night passes. You awake the next morning. Back to the frozen winds. The fire is now out.
Mm-hmm. Everyone up and out. Nobody. Isn't it a lovely day?
Mm-hmm.
Yay!
And Ismark, you open your eyes and Ismark is not in his bedroll.
Ismark? Ismark?
Good morning, you two. Casimir steps down. Takes a big swig of water. Again, is like brushing his teeth with a piece of wood.
Have you seen Ismark?
Huh?
No, I thought he was down here with you.
He was. I don't know where he is now.
Oh, maybe he just wanted some air or something.
In freezing cold wind?
I don't know, he's done stupider things.
Oh, I really hope he hasn't done something really stupid this time.
And she gets up and she starts looking around.
You go outside and Ismark is fully adorned in all of his clothes and his pack, staring at the wall of fire. Just gazing at it. And he looks over at you as you open the door. Hi.
Ismark?
Hi. And he walks over. Feel a lot better. That sleep did Alright. We're past the point of me bullshitting you. I would have left. That wall of fire was the only thing that kept me here. I'm glad I didn't, though. Probably would have just turned back to go and help you anyway.
Well, I'm glad you're trying your best to not be as reckless. I'll get my things ready.
Right.
And she helps make sure everything is ready to head out and commit murder.
Mm-hmm. You pack up. Casimir hitched the horses to the cart. You all have your good berry breakfast.
Yay! Our favorite!
Yeah. And Casimir pops one in his mouth and says,
You know, these things are magnificent, but variety would not be such a bad thing every once in a while.
You want to pack your own food? Go for it. Okay, I happen to like them.
Suck it up, Kaz. Oh, you are not going to start calling me that.
Shut up. Okay, Isa.
And she's looking at between the two of them like, really? Are we in grade school? Are we in grade school, you two? Enough. And she looks at Ismark and she says, we should probably fill Casimir in on what happened last night.
And you do so.
Oh. Well, that was...
And he looks over at Ismark.
I am sorry.
Don't be. And don't bring it up.
All right. Anything you need, my friend.
Can we just go already? I want to kill something.
Well, do we have everything?
Yes.
Are we ready?
Yeah. We are ready to continue our journey.
Okay. Let's go then. Remember, at some point we have to go off the road.
Right.
if Diona's information is to be trusted.
Yes, when the road begins to narrow and the cliff sides appear, we will keep an eye out.
Right.
Yeah. Crack of the whip. And you continue alongside. Going down another road where you see a bridge. The snowy pass comes to a gorge spanned by a stone bridge. At each end of the bridge is a 30-foot tall, 30-foot wide stone arch. Atop each one are two statues of armored knights on horseback with lances, charging toward one another. The wind bites and howls like the wolves as it passes through this gorge. And the cart continues. The low walls that enclose the stone bridge have fallen away in a couple of places. But the bridge appears to be intact. A black, cloaked rider on a charcoal-colored horse guards the middle of the bridge. Giving a familiar silhouette to the dreams that you have seen, Serena.
Is that...
And she gets ready to take her violin out.
Casimir already begins twiddling something. Ismark readies a spear. The spectral figure holds up his hands. Make an insight check.
$11.
It's hard to tell what he's trying to convey to you. And then the spectral figure just fades away.
What was that supposed to mean?
I'm not sure. This is going to be tight with the cart, though.
Is it beginning to narrow?
There are there are chunks of it that have fallen in. And it's either going to be really tight or impossible to get this cart on the other way across.
Is this the spot where we have to go off the road?
Yeah, it's 10 feet wide. And this is a bridge. What was described to you was two cliff sides going into a canyon, basically. So you get a sense that this is not what was described.
This is not quite
This
there
is
yet?
This is just a 10-foot wide bridge with bits of the outside that have been blasted away or corroded away. And your cart is around 10 feet wide. So this is gonna be tight, if not impossible.
Okay, so I think they need to get off the cart.
You sure? What about all of our supplies?
No, I mean, we need to get off the cart and help make sure the cart makes it through, but it's really dangerous up here. If the cart accidentally falls, we don't want to be on it.
Yep.
Falling with it.
You look down to see the sight of flowing water moving at an immense speed. Roughly 100 feet down beneath you.
Yeah, we really don't want to make that fall, so let's try to make it across, but we'll just have to be really careful. Actually, and then she thinks of her spells and she thinks, I'm gonna go ahead of the horses.
Okay.
And because I have Thorn Whip.
Mm-hmm.
So if anything does fall, I can pull.
Yep. You continue onward on the stone bridge, through the mist,
And as you step into the mist of this bridge, you can now see the other side. One of the statues among the eastern arch has crumbled, leaving only the hindquarters of the horse intact. The mountain pass continues beyond, as streams of fog cling to a cliffside of a mountain that's on the other side, staring down at you.
All right. Well, Serena's gonna very carefully guide the horses onward. They're probably freaking out, so she's gonna do her best to calm them and help them across.
Make an animal handling check.
Oh no, I was afraid you're gonna say that.
You can inspire yourself, remember?
You know what? You right though. You right. I will do that actually.
I also believe you have inspiration from last game.
Do. You know what? I'm gonna use my inspiration instead.
Okay.
Okay. So let me do that. So let me do animal handling with advantage.
Yep.
It's 14 across the board, so it didn't even matter.
Classic.
Okay, well.
You guide the horses, and they are scared. But you follow in them, and it isn't long before one of the wheels looks like it's about to get caught in a rut. And you guide the horses ever so slightly. Ismark hops off the cart also to assist you and try to push the cart away, and you move very slowly to make sure the cart doesn't tumble off. And you continue. Stepping. Going past the first indentation. And then you're getting near the other side of the bridge. Toward the other mountain pass. The road ahead is cut out of the mountainside, rising steeply to one side and falling away at the other. Mist and snow greatly reduce visibility, and the howling wind cuts through you like a knife. And you continue onward. And I need you to make me a dexterity saving throw, please.
You know what? Heck yeah, 17.
As you carry on, something that was blending in perfectly with the mountainside moves and jumps at lightning speed. A gigantic goat with a pelt that looks identical to the rocks of Barovia, and a fierce, evil look in its eyes.
Ooh. Ooh, a demon goat tried to kill me. Oh, snap.
And it goes to ram you off the side, down 100 feet, and you step out of the way. And this goat is very large, and Ismark steps back and the horses rear up. Whoa, 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 whoa. The goat paws at the stone beneath his feet.
So is it in front of us?
It is in front of you, between you and the other side, and it looks like it's getting ready to ram you again. What are you doing?
Oh. Sorry, goat. You gotta go. We're kind of in a sticky situation if it's between me and you. Sorry, bye.
What are you doing? What are you doing?
She is going to use you know what? How about the firebolt?
All right, go ahead and roll me the attack to hit.
22.
22 will hit. Go ahead and roll the damage.
Fire is 10.
You blast a spell at his side just as Casimir readies his spells and is going to do the same. And his attack.
Actually, he'll cast Magic Missile at this thing.
Magic whistle?
Magic Whistle.
Magic whistle.
2, 3. Is it 3 or 4? It's 3. So
Depending on the level, it should be 3.
Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2. Crap roll, so 8 points of damage. That's 18. Oh, this goat gets blasted by your spells and is erupted in flames and seems like it is barely alive and starts hobbling, trying to escape, burnt to a crisp, blood oozing from all of his sides, dents from all of Casimir's magic missiles, making the open fractures that they made clearly visible.
We should put it out of its misery.
Ismark looks at you and takes out his spear.
All right, I'll do it.
And the creature goes slack.
Doesn't smell good.
Well, sorry, goat. We had to.
I think we can move it forward. Ismark, if you would not mind, could you make the body on the other side? I would love to have its coat. That is very unique.
Yeah, sure. And he drags the body, leaving a trail of crimson behind it as he drags the body to the other side of the bridge. And you cross with little issue.
All right. And then now we have a giant goat pelt.
Yep. And this goat pelt looks like it would blend in perfectly with the Barovian mountainside.
Ooh, is it like white fluffy?
It's pretty fluff.
Wow. Iconic Gucci's,
Yeah.
fashion.
And Casimir did a very, very good job skinning it. And he opens this pelt.
Little burnt, but this is very nice. Do you, either of you?
And he motions to Ismark and Irina. And he looks over at you first as he's sprinkling some kind of powder on it to make sure that it is tanned properly and doesn't just turn into a rotting mess.
Right. Well, how is Serena's coat? Because apparently Casimir, he ain't...
Yeah, he's fine.
He's fine. Like, he doesn't need the pelt to stay warm.
Yeah.
So how are
this
Casimir
pelt
and I faring?
Yeah, you and Ismark are faring around the same. This pelt's very nice and is clearly an upgrade.
See, the thing is, she doesn't want to be greedy. She doesn't want to just ask for it, but at the same time, she does kind of want it. Like,
Okay.
and she just kind of looks. She kind of looks at Casimir. I'm like, it's nice. I wouldn't mind it. I mean, if you need it, then you can have it. But like,
Ismark looks at you.
I feel like you're trying to tell me something, but say something, but I don't know what it is. Is this... I believe,
And Casimir's also going to make an insight check.
Incredible.
Yeah. You're trying to send signal to these boys, and they're just looking at you like you're crazy.
They're just like, what is this language this girl's trying to, like, do we speak the same language? Because the communication's not happening.
Yeah.
And
Ismark just steps forward. All right, then. If you don't want it, I'll take it. Takes it from Casimir.
okay.
so sad.
And then she's like, okay, you know what? Ismark's had a rough night. Okay, just let him have it and be happy. Okay.
It looks very nice on Ismark. It's a very nice pelt.
Well, she says, Ismark, you look very nice in that pelt.
Thanks. It's definitely a lot better than the wolf one. No offense to you, Casimir.
Well, should we continue on?
Yeah. And you continue on. I love this so much.
It's just like, dang it. And this is something that would totally happen too.
Yeah.
This is exactly what would happen.
Mm-hmm. All right. You carry.
Oh! Chat said give pelt to the horses. Oh, we can give one of the horses need to be warm.
Ismark.
We already gave them a little bit of a blanket, right?
Yeah.
But
Ismark takes off his wolf pelt and drapes it over the horses. Yeah, this will make you happy, and make sure that it's fastened.
oh no! No, the wolf pelt stays on you, Ismark. The one that you were wearing goes to the horses.
Gods no. Why?
Well, you get to keep the nice one.
Yeah. That's what I said. I was like,
That's what no, that's what I said.
Oh.
Give the one that you were wearing.
Yeah, to the horses.
To the horses.
Yeah,
and
that's
then,
what he did.
Are we arguing about agreeing?
Yeah. I'm tying the wolf pelt to the horses. Let's just.
Okay.
Yeah. Great.
Okay. Great.
And she does that. And
Great.
the horses have another layer of fur.
Yay!
Yay!
The horses will remember this.
Okay.
And you carry on through the mountainside of Barovia, frozen. They actually have a name. Yes. The Tsolenka Pass. Oh, the Romanian names.
Ooh.
You know what? I will write that down.
Sure.
I don't think it'll be important, but you know what? I like note taking
Mm-hmm.
and drawing pictures.
Mm-hmm.
Because if it's not written down, it doesn't exist
Basically.
in my brain.
Basically. You carry onward through the mountains. And eventually, the trail begins to narrow. A large dip. And then you see ahead in the trail another dip. And a canyon starts to form along the main trail.
Okay.
Is this sort of
It's exactly
it
what
looks
was
like?
described.
okay? So Serena just,
Says, okay, I think we should try to find a place for the horses and the cart to hide.
Right. What did you have in mind?
well, she's looking around. Is it just a rocky slope? Like there's
Make a perception check.
How blind are we today? Very blind.
There's a lot of snow. It's pretty heavily exposed out here. And the chasm would normally be a nice break because it breaks the wind. And you get a sense that might be one of the things that formed this, and that maybe, if this ever thawed out, it would be a stream. But as of now, it makes a wonderful trail. That would
Man.
provides natural windbreak.
I have no idea where in the world that we would be able to protect the horses, the cart around here. Oh, I really hate to just leave everything exposed.
From what you said, you are going to need us both ahead. I don't think if we leave the horses, we leave them alone. I don't want any of us to just stand watch while we know that you are going to be fighting.
Right. Oh.
And she's trying to think, like, I can't cast Lehman's tiny hut because I have to be there. I'm looking through my spells. I'm trying to think. Dang it. Dang it. You know what? They could try to make like a makeshift camp or something, or something
What are
to
you
at
doing?
least shield them from the wind.
You could put them down in the canyon, tie them off there. Just a little ways ahead. That way they would be shielded from the elements. Just leave them there. Provides natural cover.
Yeah, okay. I mean, I guess this is the best we're gonna be able to do. Not too far, you know, because we don't want to get jumped.
Yep. So you go in just enough so that the horses are sheltered, and you tie them off to some stones. Head back up the canyon road. Ismark gets a spear at the ready.
Hold on. Let me check something.
And he puts the hood over himself. And like that scene in Two Towers, he just looks like a rock.
He just blends in with the snow.
Yep, he blends in with the scenery perfectly with this.
Wow.
Does it work?
If you stay quiet, and if I didn't know you were there. Yeah, I think so.
Cool.
All right. Well, let's get ready to kill a vampire.
Let's go.
Oh, I should tell you everything I learned from Van Richten.
Okay. And then a lecture ensues. Interesting.
Okay, remember, there's homework next week. Vampire quiz.
Vampire
How to kill a
quiz.
vampire.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. And you carry alongside the rider left side of the canyon.
I should go on the right or left.
Yeah,
Ooh.
you could go on either or.
Is there a difference between the two?
No. You could just choose.
That spooks me. I don't want to pick. Shoot. I'm gonna grab a quarter. All right. All right. Heads for left,
Okay.
tails for right.
All right.
Okay. I suck at this. Okay.
Claps in chat.
There we go.
Claps
There we
in
go.
chat for that coin toss.
Okay, let's see. It is tails. I guess we're going on the right side.
You head on over to the right side.
Do you want me to take the left, or you to take the right, or anything like that, or should we stick together?
How far apart is the right and left side?
That is a good question.
Because if one is by themselves, we don't know if we're going to be able to reach each other very easily.
Yeah.
I do have fly.
And to answer your question, where is... There it is.
It is approximately...
Calculating.
Yes, calculating. Please stand by.
Loading. Loading.
It's roughly 75 feet across.
That's not that bad. That's like 2-3 turns of combat.
Across a chasm.
Right. So Casimir can get that, and if I had Dimension Door, I could go do that.
Mhm.
But like right now, Casimir's the only one that can get from whatever side reasonably.
Mhm.
So yeah, okay. Well, Casimir, you're by yourself, and I'm gonna go with Ismark. Okay, great. Glad we solved that problem.
Okay, you sure you don't want to make the strong one the one to go by himself?
Hey, the lady has spoken.
Well, the thing is, if we need to reach the other side of the chasm for whatever reason, you're the only one that can fly.
Oh, fine. All right. Let us proceed stealthily then.
Yes.
And with that, I need everyone to make me a stealth check.
That's my favorite. Wow. Okay. Oh my gosh. Wow, y'all suck. These guys. These guys.
Mm-hmm. So
Even with Ismark's pelt, he just can't do it.
right, he does have the pelt. He has advantage. Thank you for reminding me. There we go.
Oh, there we go. That's better.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was about to be like, wow. Even with the pelt, he rolled a 3. That's.
Yeah, no.
What are you doing? Are you singing at the top of your lungs?
Yeah, no,
like...
no. That's better. That is better. So, you carry on through each side, and now I need you to make me a perception check as you were keeping an eye out for this ambush.
A natural one. I don't see nothing.
Uh-huh. You know, I think this is a perfect time to try up the Romelian blindfold that came with the dress.
Oh my god, yes. It's all the rage right now. Okay.
You make your way through the canyon, and snow is piled up high, and with each step that you take, your foot goes into around like half a foot to a foot of snow with every step that you get into. The blizzard continues to blow, and chunks of snowfall continue to add to the pile beneath your feet. You are not seen. But you step forward, and Casimir is keeping very low too. And your foot doesn't go as far as you thought it would. How have you been traveling up until this point?
How?
Yeah, describe to me what Serena's doing as she is walking along this this canyon.
So, I guess she's, kind of against the wall, but she's carefully, like, a little crouched down, and she's trying to make her steps as quiet as possible. And she's just looking around, although she has to cover her face sometimes when like snow gets into her eyes. And she's just carefully trying to walk forward, and I guess that's it.
Yeah.
And she has her violin and bow already in her hands.
Right as you step,
and the snow moves beneath your feet as a familiar-looking berserker man gazes back up at you and looks up at his mark and immediately freezes. And his mark readies a spear and gets ready to jab his throat.
And Serena jumps back with like a and she gets ready like she's about to throw a fire at this guy.
All right, and with that, I need you to roll me some initiative.
Okay. 22.
All right. Beautiful.
All right.
And we get a music change. Okay. Let's see. Do I have...
Is this berserker? Was he just sleeping in the snow?
He had his bow at the ready and he was looking down at the canyon. You get the sense that he was waiting for someone. And as you look down at this canyon, you see quite a sight.
Wait. Okay, wait. Is he above us, looking down at us?
No. You stepped on him. Accidentally because you didn't notice him. And he was he had the snow on top of him, bow at the ready, looking down into the chasm beneath.
Where we were supposed to be.
Yes, where you were supposed to be.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm going to transition you to the map.
Okay, so he's one of the archer dudes that was like waiting for us. Got it. I was like, wait a minute, he's...
And you...
How did I step on him if he's up there?
Yeah.
And...
So here's the layout.
Oh, okay.
And you are on the right side, just as two others show themselves, and three others on the other side reveal themselves. Casimir continuing to ready himself. And you look down, and you see the bright red-dressed Amelia with Father Donovich at her right. And the boy that attacked you in the basement. That you remember his name is Doru. Now properly dressed and looking a lot more calm. And Amelia looks up at you with a big smile and waves.
Girl, you're gonna die. Don't be like that. All right.
As combat begins.
Don't wave at me. All right.
All right.
We know what song and dance is gonna happen soon. All right.
All right. So, initiative order. What do we got? We got some. There are the stats. Okay, so look at that. That's 12, 5, and for her, it's not very good.
Killed at my initiative today. That's nice.
She has very high dex, so that not good roll doesn't matter too much.
Nice. I love the woman like in the background.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. And Ismark got a 8.
We love some dramatic opera happening in the back.
Yep. And Kaz got a 16, and you got a 22. Dang.
Yes, my adrenaline, Serena's adrenaline just showed up when she stepped on that dude. Like, and she's ready, just instinctively about to fireball him. Okay.
Yep. Instinctively about to fireball. All right. Okay, top of the round, we got you. What are you doing?
I instinctively fireball.
Where?
Just dead ahead of her.
There are a bunch of people in front of you, one that you just stepped on that's right in front of you, and a bunch of people on Casimir's side.
I don't care. Casimir, you know what? He can fireball his own people. All right. I'm gonna fireball the 3 people ahead of me.
Okay. So you position it. Go ahead and roll me that damage, and they're gonna make their.
It's just that way. Or will what? Okay, so I don't know. Will I hit myself or?
You can position it to where you wouldn't. This
Okay.
is a fairly slick canyon, though. Be aware.
Oh, if I melt the snow, that might be spook. I might get slick.
It's up to you.
We might die. How tall is this canyon?
You look down, and it's roughly a 60-foot fall beneath you.
I got Thorn Whip.
Okay.
Could I potentially use it to throw people off the canyon?
Link Thorn Whip.
It takes a little bit of creative liberty, but I'm like,
You can create a large vine layer covered in thorns that lashes out at your command toward the creature and make a melee spell attack. The creature, large or smaller, you pull the creature up to 10 feet closer to you.
okay, so I'm thinking, does it have to be towards me, or could I use it to like
It doesn't say in a straight line. So I will say, if you want to position it in front of you, if you want to orient it, I would allow it. As in, stand at the cliff's edge and then chuck them off. I would allow that. So long as you're at the edge.
Right, and that's dangerous, but like, you know, sometimes it'd be like that. Okay, I'm gonna do it.
Okay.
Get off my.
All right.
Okay.
Make me an attack roll against this boy.
This is my canyon, not yours. Okay, so this one doesn't. How come I don't have damage on here?
I don't know. You're the one who made your character sheet.
Where's my attack? Let's see, spell attack, damage, 1d6 pierce. Okay, so it's a 2d6 piercing. Okay. There, that should do it.
9 piercing. You need to hit it first. Oh, you need to hit it first.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I got
Excited.
Oh.
Yeah.
I got excited. Is it ranged?
It's a melee. It's a melee attack thing.
It's a melee attack. Okay. Here we go. Nah.
A 9 does not hit.
Well, okay. The whip, I just can't grab him, I guess.
Yeah. A magical thorn whip appears and manifests from your hand, and you slash it out, and this barbarian just bats it out of the way. Berserker, rather. All right, that was your action. You still have your bonus action, your movement.
I'm gonna have to orient myself so that Ismark. No. Oh, I can't back up because he'll get an opportunity attack.
Yeah. And this is adding your roll added your wisma instead of your charisma, your wisdom instead of your charisma. I don't know why.
It's because this is from Magic Initiate, and it's taken from Druid.
It's from your Druid. Okay.
It's from my Druid Magic Initiate.
I understand. Okay, sorry. Carry on. Yep, you're right.
Okay, so bonus action. I'm gonna give it to Ismark.
Okay. What do you say to inspire Ismark?
All right, Ismark, here's your opportunity to avenge your. Well, okay, maybe not that like that, but a little bit more gusto. Okay. Ismark, here's your opportunity to take revenge for your people. And there.
Way ahead of you.
There you go.
Ready's a spear.
Magic.
Next up is Casimir, who is going to cast Fireball on these 3 people.
Okay.
But
Fire!
The little bead pops up from his hand, and he motions it forward. Actually,
We have a +2 in the chat.
he is going to not do that.
Okay.
He claps both of his hands together, and his hands begin to seem like they have something like really sticky on them, and you see it's a really thin layer of ice as the blizzard snow begins to swirl around it, and this little bit of sticky goo begins to harden and set into a massive chunk of ice, and he blasts it forward as dozens of tiny shards of icicles shatter forward. All right, con save for all.
8D8.
1, 2, 3. That is. He's 14. Yeah. All but one of them fail. So.
Okay, so I think half is 16.
Yeah. So half 16. Thank you for being on that. Okay. So one of them takes 16. The others take 33. Woo-wee. A blast of cold energy shoots forward from his hands. And these people are covered in ice shrapnel. And Casimira looks over at you and just gives you a thumbs up.
Thanks, Casimir. Now back to our program.
Yeah. Oh, I forgot to roll for Father Donovich and Doru. That was my bad.
What are they doing?
Yeah,
are they just hanging out, saying
yeah.
hi, or are they captives, or are they just being like, "Hey, what's up, peace"?
Casimir and Father Donovich both look toward you like they are getting ready to protect Amelia.
Oh, great.
Okay, let's assume. Doru. That's one. Sorry, I forgot to add them into the initiative order. And then it's Amelia.
I could add it as text on the actual thing, but I don't know if that's too much work.
Mirror right, Ismark. Left. Wait, Doru. Casimir's with Amelia. Sorry. This is sloppy.
I know math, y'all.
All right. Amelia, right and left. Ismark, left. Okay. And where is? Oh, and then Donovich is this. Okay. Next up is going to be Doru because he should have gone sooner. And he looks at that blast of ice, dashes to this, and leaps the 100 feet up in the air and lands. That is his action.
Ooh.
And he is now staring at Casimir with the bloodlust. Next up is Amelia,
Oh, good.
who casually strolls over and looks up at Ismark.
Excuse me? Kill her for me, would you?
And Ismark's eyes start to go fuzzy.
Oh,
All right.
It's Mark. No, don't do it.
That is a natural 20.
yes.
He grits his teeth and looks down at her. I will end you. I will fucking end you! And she looks at him startled, like, oh. Well,
It didn't work. Oh, he angry.
and that is her action. Next up are these berserkers who take out their axes And they're all going to swarm forward. The one that you attacking you, and the other two attacking Ismark.
Nice.
And they attack with reckless abandonment.
Ooh. What does that mean?
They're attacking with advantage.
Oh.
So that's a 19 to hit Ismark. And a 24 to hit Ismark, and an 18 to hit you.
Well, I guess those all hit. That's not great. Ismark does have inspiration.
Does have inspiration, right. Noted. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 12 points of slashing to Ismark, and 7 points of slashing to you. As these berserkers take out their axes and go apeshit on you. And next up is Ismark, who grits his teeth and goes into a blind fury and is going to attack the one that's in front of him. That's an 8. He's going to use his D6. Right? It's D6 or D8?
I believe it is a D8.
Okay.
It is.
Unfortunately, goes forward and the barbarian bats it out of the way. And he is foaming at the mouth. And that's all he's going to do. Next up.
Is Ismark foaming at the mouth, or is the berserker foaming at the
They
mouth?
both are. Ismark is looking really pissed.
Ooh.
Next up is the people on the left, who are going to swarm Casimir. Oh, shit. With their axes. And swing at him with reckless abandonment.
He's gonna drop.
Oh, right! Ismark gets advantage because they attacked recklessly. So... That is a natural 20.
A nat 20.
That will hit.
Woo.
So these creatures batted away the spear, but they left themselves open because they just swung so recklessly. And that is 17 points of piercing damage onto this one. Not a bad hit at all. And skewers him right through the chest. I need this. As the spear begins to glow a little bit. Now the other ones are going to attack Casimir with reckless abandonment.
All right, so I think Casimir needs to join us on our other side. I don't think this is looking good. I don't think this is great.
Okay, that is a 9 to hit him, which does not hit. A 24 and a 20 do both hit, though. And that is 18 points to Casimir. Sorry, everyone. It's maths. After the first round, I'm sure it'll go faster. And how much health does he have? Okay. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 18 to Casimir. 18 to Casimir. Axes slide across his body like ice as Arcana energy flickers off of Casimir's body, and he's taken aback a little bit, and the barrier definitely looks a lot weaker now. Next up is Donovich, who takes a step forward, grabs his holy symbol. In the name of our Lord, I pray thee. Strengthen. And all of the warriors begin to be filled with holy energy as he casts bless on all of them. Well,
What?
on the ones on the right side, because he can only cast it on, and I guess Amelia. On the ones on the right side and Amelia, who are all blessed.
No, don't do that. You're our friend.
All right. So you are blessed.
Well, dang it.
Well, dang it, indeed.
We're gonna have to kill him, aren't we?
And you are blessed, and you are blessed, and you are blessed.
And Serena is blessed, and Ismark is blessed,
no,
and Casimir
not
is
quite.
blessed. No. Oh,
And that is Donovich's turn. Serena, you're up.
Ah, dang it. I should have used the fireball before, because now it's a little awkward for me to use fireball. Is there a way for me to angle it so that it hits the three of them and not us?
Yeah. It is going to cause quite a bit of damage on the thick layer of snow that's on the canyon, though. But you reckon that it would be quite effective?
I reckon it would be effective. I thought about using a shatter, but I feel like that would actually be worse. I feel like that
It would have a similar
actually
effect.
be worse.
You reckon that
it would literally be an avalanche.
Yeah.
Ah, dang it.
What are you doing?
Okay, you know what? I want to move first, but I'll get attack of opportunity attack.
Yeah.
So I could use cutting words to prevent if he attacks me when I move out.
It's true. You would get 2 attacks, though, because you got 2 people that are in attack range of you.
Yeah, of course. And that would be all of my inspiration just gone. You know, I'm gonna use fireball. Forget it.
Okay.
Let's go.
Roll that damage, and all these
Let's
folks
go.
are going to be making some dex saving throws.
Ooh, 23? Ew, that's not that good.
Oh,
well.
The highest was a 13.
So they're all burnt.
They're all burnt.
Burnt.
For 23 points of damage on everyone on the right. 13, 23.
Okay, so now we have a +4 that we can use in the chat.
Yeah.
So
A ball of fire explodes outward, and I need you to make me a dexterity saving throw.
yay! A 14.
14.
Oh no, I got a 24. Never mind, I lied.
Okay, good. And his mark. All right. So, that's a 18, a 7, an 18, and a 14. Ismark. You know what? No, Ismark's going to use his inspiration because he should have gotten a natural 20, so I'll still say he has inspiration.
Okay.
That is a 12, which still isn't enough, sadly. Ismark.
We have a +2 and another +2 in chat.
Do you want to give that to Ismark?
Yes.
Okay, then he plants his feet in the ground as the snow beneath your feet begins to give way. And this barbarian falls off the edge of the cliff. Down into a patch of soft snow, but still takes quite a bit of damage.
Yeah, because I mean, you know, even if it's soft snow, it's still, it's still.
Yeah. Takes quite a bit of damage. And looks up, dazed, at both of you, and Amelia just looks down at the fallen berserker and just scoffs. All right, and that is your turn. Next up is Doru, who is going to...
I think actually during my turn, I'm gonna yell for Casimir to get over on our side.
I kind of can't do that.
Well, at your earliest convenience.
As Doru jumps over these people, I'm hungry, and is gonna lash towards Casimir. All right. Do I have a quick thing for this? I don't. So I'm gonna make one. Alright. Makes 2 attacks.
Man, Casimir's gonna drop. Oh, dang.
One with a bite. One with a claw. That is a 13 and a 12, which do not hit him.
Yay!
Biting at Casimir. She takes a step back, and as he claws backward, slaps his hand, Doru's hand out of the way. You look so delicious. I am sure I do, but please leave me be. That is Doru's turn. It is now Casimir's turn. As he snaps his fingers, and a bead of fire explodes behind these folks. All right, that is a fireball. All right, 30 feet of damage, and we got some dex saves. Okay, they all save, sadly, and Doru does not save. Doru's rolling like a trash can.
I mean, that's fine by me.
30, and then
Okay,
30
so
half,
let
which
me
is
see what-
15.
Let me see what rolls have not been used from the chat. We have a natural 20. And we have another +2. Okay.
And what was the, that was 33. 6, 9. All right, let's see, these berserkers are Dunsey.
Oh.
The berserkers all disappear in a puff. Actually, I'm gonna put X's on them.
In a puff?
In a puff of smoke, as Casimir basically gives them a nice warm blanket of fire. And now Casimir is going to make a dex save, and Doru is going to make another dex save. Oh my goodness. The rolls appear to be on your side, and Doru fails! Oh my goodness!
Man, hey, good idea to send Casimir over to that other side.
And Doru slides down the cliff, thudding beneath the ground. Oh my goodness.
This is my favorite writing right here.
Amelia looks down, and Donovich looks at Doru, terrified. My son, are you all right? Father, I'm so hungry. Well then, do something about it. Amelia is beginning to look really frustrated right now, as it is her turn.
Hey, Doru, there's a nice barbarian over there you could eat. You hungry? He's over there. He's available.
Amelia looks towards you, Serena. You didn't fall off last time, but do me a favor. Walk off the edge, and I need you to make me a wisdom saving throw.
Is she trying to charm me?
Yes, she is.
Nah, that ain't gonna work today.
What do you
Girl, I got counter charm.
All right, at 6th level, as an action, during time, you and any friendly creature within 30 meters has advantage on saving throws, so make a wisdom saving throw with advantage.
And I also, well, the thing is, I also have an advantage by being Fey ancestry anyway.
Yeah, so this does.
So that's like-
this helps no one because Ismark was just. It's flavorful.
It's flavor.
Yeah,
flavor.
Yeah. So go ahead and make me a wisdom saving throw with advantage.
It's a 20.
Ismark.
Girl, not
Yeah,
today.
She looks up at you, and you get this urge to just walk off the edge of the cliff. And that's a stupid idea. Why would you do that? And Amelia grits her teeth. Oh, fine, I'm done playing games. And she is gonna take a step up.
Okay, elephant legs, man.
And the berserker gets up, takes a few steps back, and is gonna take out his bow and fire at you, Serena.
Don't I have partial cover because he's firing up 60
You
feet?
have the high ground. FPS rules, I will give you partial cover. All right.
I don't know what that means mechanically. Do I get advantage or do I get like plus what?
But unfortunately, they roll a natural 20.
With a great axe?
That's the weapon that they have in the sheet.
Oh, okay.
I'll,
Owie.
Yeah. I'll lower the dice. So you take 6 points of piercing damage as this
You know what? Okay.
arch the bow back, and it finds its way into your studded leather armor, and your armor does its job.
And she grits her teeth, but she seems okay.
Yep. And the other two, one of them in front of you is going to attack you with reckless abandonment, and the other one is going to attack Ismark.
Is it 6 damage or 5 damage? 2 plus 3?
Yeah, and then I added its dex.
Ah, got it. Okay.
Yeah. That is a 24 to hit you,
Oh, rude.
and an 18 to hit Ismark, so those both hit. So that is 11 point damage to you, slashing, and 12 slashing damage to Ismark.
11 to me. Oof, oof. Okay, I'm still up.
11 to... All right. Next up in the initiative order is Ismark. He's going to swingity-swong at this person in front of him.
Swingity swong.
With a natural 1. But he has advantage
Nice.
because of reckless abandonment. Still doesn't hit, sadly.
What do we got in the chat? Let me see. We have a +2 and a natural 20.
Do you want
know what? Give him the natural 20.
All right.
He's on a roll today. He's angry,
Yep.
okay?
Grits his teeth, and he is going to skewer this thing. Dealing 20 points of piercing damage. Not too shabby. And looking at this thing's HP, the one that he was attacking, he skewers and raises above his head and throws it off the side of the cliff. An arc of crimson following in his wake, as his mark glows that familiar glow. And he gets that bestial look in his eyes. And that is Ismark's turn. And we're gonna say that this person is off the edge and is very dead.
Nice.
All right. And that is Ismark's turn. Next up is the left berserkers, who are dead. Next up is Donovich, who goes over to Doru. My son. And moves over to Doru, places his hands on him, and starts muttering some words. And Doru's wounds begin to heal. Father, thank you. Thank you. And he heals up a bit. All right. Next up in the initiative order is Serena. You're up.
All right, I am here. I am ready, and I am going to cast. You know what? Let's try Thorn Whip number 2.
All right.
Let's try this plan once again.
Yeah, make a melee spell attack.
10. It's not worth it for me to redeem that last +2. You know what? Actually,
Yeah.
I could inspire myself
And
and
you have advantage on the roll. I just looked it up. You do have advantage on this roll because he was recklessly attacking you.
Yes. Okay, I'm gonna try it again. A natural 20.
That doesn't hit. All right, no. So you're okay. So no, doesn't hit. Doesn't hit. So that is 16 points of piercing damage.
And then chuck him off the cliff.
And he begins clawing at you, a look of abject horror, as he falls beneath. And you hear
Dramatic Disney death.
a deafening crack as his spine just snaps, and he is very dead. All right, that is your action.
All right. Heck yeah. You know what? Let's give another inspiration to Casimir.
All right, what do you say to inspire him?
Casimir, get over here, and then we'll end this.
Sounds good. And he is inspired. All right. Next up is Doru, who is going to leap back up to Casimir, but that is his action, and land right beside him. You're not going anywhere. Oh, perfect.
Punch him in the nose.
Next up is Casimir. He looks conflicted. Let's look at Misty Step. That's 30 feet. All right, friend.
Ooh, that ain't that. Oh, he could go down there, but I mean, we're gonna go down there somehow.
All right, friend. Au revoir. And Casimir just disappears. And you don't see him anymore.
All right, Casimir. I hope you did not go to this vicinity right in here, because yeah, I hope he disappeared like down here, because I'm gonna fireball like here. So.
Yeah. Next up is Amelia, who leaps up.
Or not.
And moves really fast and looks at you, Serena. You're mine. And she is going to attack you twice with a claw and a bite.
Ew.
That is a 24 with this claw and a 19 for the bite.
Ow! Oh.
That is 8 points of piercing and 9 points of necrotic for the and 6 points of necrotic. Your maximum HP is reduced by 6. As she bites into your neck, her claws sharpen and plunge into you, doing an additional 6 points of slashing.
Ooh. Ow! Okay, so that's 24 points of damage. Ah!
All right. And next up,
I ain't dropped, but man, I'm not looking good.
and this berserker is going to make another shot against you on the ground.
Oh, he's still alive. Oh, he's still. Oh, I forgot about it.
Arching his bow with a 14 to hit you.
My armor class is a 14, but I ain't taking that shot. I'm gonna use that +2 from chat.
Wait, okay. You can't. I'm not gonna say. I'm gonna say you can't use it to raise your AC.
I can't.
Yeah. However, he would add his dex and not his strength, so that would actually be lower. So that the attack does miss, because I used attacking the great axe, which is wrong. So he would use attacking his dex, using his dex, so he does miss because his dex is lower than his strength.
Okay, cool.
So the arrow goes by, and you have partial cover anyway, so that would have missed either way.
Yeah.
Either way, that would have missed.
Dude.
And the arrow goes wide. And that is its turn. It's Ismark's turn. You.
as a geyser of blood shoots out from Serena's neck.
Hello, little pig. Miss me?
What did you do? What did you do to my village?
I took what was my beloved's. It was ours to do with what we see fit.
What did you do?
You'll see when you return.
It'll be my little secret. You bitch! And he's gonna attack her. 22. 8 points of piercing damage to Amelia. She catches the blade between her index finger and squeezes. Blood starts to run down her arm.
That's not very nice.
Ismark is trying to get to her face and she's holding it firm. That is Amelia's turn. That is Amelia's turn. Next up is Ismark, who went, and then left, who's dead. I'm just gonna cross that out. And Donovich, who is going to move forward. And I need, alright. Let's look up a spell description real quick.
Uh-oh. Oh. Ooh. Okay, we...
Yep.
We have a +4 now, okay.
I need you both to make me wisdom saving throws.
Oh, man.
As he mutters an incantation, and you both feel a baneful curse being applied to you.
I have a 17, okay. I think that's good enough.
Yeah, and Ismark. 17. The dice appear to be on your side as this curse tries to take hold, and both of you shrug it off. And that's all Donovich can do. Serena, it's your turn.
Whew, I think I'm gonna... I'm thinking of using either Cure Wounds at level 3 or busting out the Sun Blade.
What are you doing?
I'm at 5 health. I cannot take another hit.
She is looking like she is trying to kill you.
Cool. I wonder how much I will heal if I go level 3 Cure Wounds. Let me see. Increases by 1d8 for each slot above the first. So that's a 3d8 plus spell casting ability. Okay. If I roll well, that can save my life, but...
What are you doing, Serena?
I don't... Okay. You know what? Fine. I'm gonna be using Cure Wounds at level 3.
Cure Wounds at level 3, you hold yourself gently, and your wounds begin to heal.
19, okay.
19 points of healing, and you remember your max HP was reduced.
Right. It didn't hit the maximum.
All right. The wounds begin to close, and Serena just looks at you and snarls.
I'm Serena.
And Amelia looks at you and snarls, "Why won't you die?" And a tear of blood falls from her face. "You killed my friends. Why won't you just die?" And that is your turn. Yes.
I'm going to inspire Ismark.
All right. What do you say to inspire him? He is currently being held aloft by Amelia, and is trying to push the spear through her hold that she has on it.
Kill this bitch.
Right. Okay, and that is your turn. Next up is Doru, who is going to look around and swipe wildly at the space in front of him. "I know you're there. I can smell your blood." And she is going to attack with disadvantage.
That's a miss. And that's a miss. Just biting at air. Casimir. Invisible. Making this look easy. Alright, next up is Casimir, who is going to take this opportunity, and this is greater invisibility, I believe, that he casts. So yeah, he can attack.
He can attack while being invisible. That's woo-hoo. Good spell.
Yep. And Doru is gonna get hit by some magic missiles. Not bad for magic missiles. The rolls are definitely in your favor tonight.
Good.
That is 12 points of force damage. As Doru's wounds begin to heal up a little bit from his vampiric nature, because he does get regeneration, and he regenerates 10 hit points a turn. So
dang.
That actually only does 2 points of damage. You're mine. Your blood is mine. Oh, I don't think this is working very well.
I told you to get over here.
And next up is Amelia's turn, who also regains 10 hit points. You are going to die today. And she is going to bite you and claw at you. That is a natural 1 for the bite.
Not today.
And a 17 for the claws.
17 will hit, but I'm not gonna let her bite me again.
All right. You take 10 points of slashing damage as she bites at your side. You sidestep it. As you sidestep it, you don't realize that you're leaning into her other claw that isn't holding Ismark's spear, and she rakes across your upper torso, creating a fresh trail of blood. And she bathes in it. Next up is the archer, who's still just firing away at you.
This dude, can you just drop dead? Like,
And
God.
that does hit you, sadly. Dealing 8 points of piercing damage.
Oh.
Hitting your side. And next up is Ismark.
I'm back to being really low.
Yeah.
Oof.
Who is going to attack her with a natural 20. You fucking killed my village! My people. And roll shit, but hey, still more. That's
We do have a +4, so if we wanted to add that to damage, we could. Or what is that? Is it to attack rolls or?
I would say it's
skill rolls?
I would say it's 2 attack rolls only.
Okay, attack rolls and skill rolls.
Yeah,
okay.
but she breaks the guard, and the spear is now skewered through her. And Ismark turns back around so that you are flanking her, and you are covering around either side. Look at me. I'm the one who will end you. And he twists the blade, and that is Ismark's turn. Next up is Donovich. What else can he do?
Donovich, just chill out, all right?
He is going to mutter a few words. And Amelia heals a little bit. Thank you, my darling.
All right.
And that's all Donovich is going to do. Serena, you're up.
Man, Serena's health is so low, but you know what? I think it is.
And you are flanking her now.
Right. Although I don't have any flanking rules or anything like that.
Yeah, no, you get advantage on the roll because you were surrounding her, basically.
Okay. Could I use healing
word?
Healing word is the bonus action,
and then you can
if
attack
I
with
were
the sun
to use
sword.
Sun sword. Yep, that's what I'm gonna do.
Okay.
I'm gonna use healing word at level 3.
All right. Roll that
myself.
heals. 9
Okay,
points
whatever.
of healing. You mutter some words, and the wounds begin to heal as you take out the hilt, and with a flick of the wrist, a beam of light shoots out, and Amelia, that look of anger turns to a look of abject horror.
What is...
You're gonna die here and now for what you've done.
All right, roll me
And-
a melee attack with advantage.
Yes, melee attack with advantage, and it looks like I have a +5 in the chat now.
Up to a
If
plus
needed.
5. Go ahead,
Up to
go
a
ahead and roll your attacks.
That's a 23, so
23.
I guess I don't need
Is
it.
going to hit. And the Sunblade, 11 radiant and 5 slashing, and she is a vampire. And she takes an addition. Wait, vampire takes. Starts a charge in sunlight. Vampire takes 20 damage. Vampire cannon to the heart. There's some weapon.
When you hit an undead with it, that takes an extra 1d8.
Okay, so yeah, she is undead. So go do another 1d8.
All right. Another 8.
Nice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 24 points of damage to her.
Stabbed right in her heart.
24.
Cold black heart.
8. Goes straight through her. And her flesh begins to burn, and that regeneration that you saw coming out from her stops.
What is happening?
All right. Next up is Doru's turn, who is going to swing away.
Where are you? Where are you?
Natural 20 and a 23. Bites down and hits Casimir, dealing 11 points of damage.
Wow.
And is gonna claw. He got with a 20, which does
Dang.
hit, dealing 6 points.
Casimir, why are you not moving, dude? Get out. You're invisible, man. Like,
35. How's Casimir looking? Oh, Casimir is looking really rough, and he's gonna make a concentration check on his invisibility. And it fades.
wait. Looks like we have a +5 in the chat, and if that's a 7,
You want to use +3 of it to make him succeed?
yeah.
Okay. The first one succeeds. He got hit twice. He was gonna make another one.
Oh, it's okay. Okay, well,
Alright.
shoot.
And
Okay, well, I wasted some of that. That's fine.
The invisibility
So I have a +2.
fades as Casimir is revealed to be a bloody pulp, being drained by Doru.
Drew, can you not? I'm busy.
And Casimir looks on the brink of death.
That's my favorite.
And it is-
Thanks.
and it is-
Thanks, Casimir.
And it is Casimir's turn.
Do something. Don't die. Did I tell you to die? No, I didn't. Okay, so stop it.
Yeah,
Gosh.
he is going to cast Misty Step. And is going to Misty Step on to the cliffside and hold on. And he's bleeding profusely. And he is going to cast a firebolt at Amelia with a 19.
Ooh.
6 points of fire damage gets put into Amelia. She gets hit by the side. And that is Casimir's turn. And it is Amelia, and she is going to continue to swipe away at you, Serena. She wants you dead. That is an 8 to hit you,
Okay.
and it's 24. 9 points of slashing damage.
Okay. Okay. Oh my gosh, I'm low. Oh, I'm low.
rakes across you again. Your chest is an open, gushing red wound, and blood is dripping down to the snow at an incredible rate. And your vision starts to turn blurry. You can't stay conscious for much longer at this rate. Die. Just die. And next up is the archer. Who is gonna shoot
Okay,
you.
Archer, who do you think you are? We're having a moment up here, okay? Just roll over dead, all right? Like, if you're the one to kill me,
With a natural 20. Any natural ones in chat that'll save Serena's life? Well, consciousness? I'll give it a few moments.
Can't right now. This dude. This random nobody.
Going once. Going twice. 5 points of piercing damage.
I drop.
You go down. What? Ismark looks down at Donovich. Donovich, please. Please. Don't do this. Whatever is happening right now, stop. Please. Please, help us kill her. And Donovich is gonna use that natural 20. And the charm is broken.
I need that for Serena to live. Okay. Man,
Well,
Donovich,
help.
you better help me.
I'm so sorry. And Donovich is free from Amelia's clutches, and she starts freaking the fuck out. What? Oh, no. And it's his turn. Serena, stand up. And you heal from the shadow of unconsciousness. His healing words emit, and you regain 5 hit points.
That's better. Okay, well.
Yeah. And you regain
Serena.
consciousness, and you were looking at Amelia's feet.
All right. She feels very cold.
Yeah. Next up is Serena.
She's barely like conscious and her vision is blurry, but she remembers everything that's happening, and she takes a grip of the sunblade from the snow, and she stands up and she stares at Amelia and goes for her heart.
Yeah, all right. Go ahead and roll me an attack roll with advantage.
A 14. Did we use our +2? Let's see.
You did.
Okay, I have +2. I'm going to use it now.
By the will of chat, you hit. 8 points of and then roll an extra d8.
Seven.
Nice.
So 6, 7, 8.
8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
So
6,
21, I
20.
believe.
21, 7. Look. Okay. You plunge the sunblade in her heart. The radiant energy emits from her chest, and her skin begins to darken and turn to charcoal.
and you are getting a rush of positive energy and exhilaration from the Sunblade that is driving you forward. Pure ecstasy from this Sunblade.
All right.
And she is standing still.
I'm going to use my bonus to use a level 2 healing word.
All right, heal up.
Another 6. Okay.
All right. Okay. Next up is yep, that was you. Then is Doru. And Doru looks down at Casimir. Just looks over at his father, who is helping Amelia. Father! Oh no, Father! Father, you. I can't have this. You promised to help me, Father. You promised. And he's gonna leap down right next to Donovich. You promised! And he's gonna bite him and claw at Donovich.
No! Oh gosh. Oh, that's a lot. That's a lot.
How much damage is that?
More than I'd like.
23. Okay.
Natural 20 in chat. Thank you.
23. He's still up. But Donovich is being drained by Doru, who continues to heal. And Doru's looking really rough. I mean, yeah, Donovich is looking really rough. As Casimir's barely holding on to the rocks on the cliffside, casting his spells. And Casimir is going to cast. And he looks at Amelia and sees that she's low. What's he gonna cast? What's he gonna cast? Yeah, all he can really do is cast some more magic missiles at her.
If she dies to magic missiles, that is so insulting.
10 damage. Doosh. Arcane energy arcs forward, and blasts Amelia's side, and her arm falls off.
Ooh, ew.
And turns into ash.
Ooh, girl, you might want to get that checked out.
You will die. You will die. And she's gonna try to take you with her. A 15 for the bite and a 20 for the claw.
Ah, shit. They both hit.
That is that. And your max HP decreases by 8.
Another 8. Whew.
And that is 15 total points of damage. Are you still up?
Nope, I'm out.
Then as you fall down, she claws down at you, and you fail 2 death saving throws.
Okay, we have a natural 20 in the chat, but like...
Die. You will die. And this archer arches his arrow up toward you. And
wait, am I prone?
You are prone.
How in the world is he gonna hit me?
Actually, that's a good point. With you are prone, you are
this man.
Yeah, you are essentially
right here.
Yeah, you are in total cover because you are prone on high ground. This is total cover for all intents and purposes.
I'm like, this dude right here.
Yeah.
He has heat-seeking missiles going.
Yeah, he's gonna attack Ismark though. And that is not gonna hit him. And the arrows go wide. Ismark looks and sees you go down, and she gets down on her knees and starting to claw at you, raking across your body, trying to take you down. No. And Ismark is going to attempt to grapple her. And that is an athletics check from both of them.
Ooh.
The rolls are fitting the narrative tonight.
Ooh.
Yeah. She tears her off of him, and she starts to struggle. He drops his spear that clangs to the ground, and he is holding her tight, yanking her off of you, and is trying to just keep her from tearing you to pieces. Next is Donovich, who looks at Doru, smiles, and just puts his hand on his child's cheek.
Son, Doru, I always loved you.
Father, I'm so hungry. And he just smiles at him. And that's Doru's turn. Serena, you got a natural 20 in the chat. You got 2 failed death saves.
Yeah.
I assume
I'm
you're
gonna try
using
not
it.
to throw up again. That's what I would like to not do.
Your consciousness barely returns. And Ismark is holding her in place. The Sun Sword getting an immense sense of worry and fright, and is really concerned right now, and is really worried about you.
Who?
The Sun Sword.
Ah.
I can't die here. I can't. Not like this.
And she, like, is through sheer will is pushing herself up and looks at Amelia.
She is just
struggling.
trying to get out of Ismark's grapple, and he is just holding her tight, and he looks up at you. Do it!
And she is stumbling, but she looks at Amelia and decides to drive the sword into her, hopefully one last time.
Make an attack roll with advantage.
A 13.
Do you have any
and we
more?
don't. We don't.
No, the drama and the suspense.
And she just is too hurt, and she stumbles into the snow.
And you get a feeling like you need a little bit more to.
Yeah, she's gonna use another healing word.
All right, heal up.
All right. 7. Okay.
It also got you to lay on hands too. Remember?
Is that an action or is that a bonus action?
Oh, that
or
is
just
an
whenever?
action. No, you're right. Yeah. So that's 6
Okay.
points of healing.
I mean, if you're gonna let me, I'll take it.
No.
Like,
You're right. You're right. All right.
Why did I say anything?
So she is struggling. Doru is just looking in his father's eyes and continues to drain his blood. That is your turn. And Doru continues to attack his father.
Man, everyone's so low. Oh my gosh.
And continues to drain. 7. And Doru's eyes gray over. I mean, Donovich's eyes graze over as he is just being held by Doru and drained. Casimir. He is going to.
We have another +2 in chat.
All right. Casimir.
Well, +1 and a +1, but. Whew.
Yeah, he's going to
look over. Yeah, he's gonna cast. He's gonna cast Fly on himself.
Like I told him to do like 20 turns ago.
And fly over.
Casimir, you're killing me, man.
And stay up in the air and take an aerial view and look down. And he looks like if this girl isn't dead by next turn, he's gonna do the finishing blow. And it is Amelia's turn.
Oh no.
She's going to. She knows she's on her last. She knows she's on her last legs, and she's going to try to attack you with disadvantage at both the attacks.
Is it? Yeah, she's grappled.
Yeah. So yeah, it's this disadvantage, and neither of them hit.
Whew.
She bites and tries to claw at you, and Donovich is done. Ismark continues to hold her, and she's going to make another strength 10, and Ismark makes another, and continues to hold her. Serena, it is your turn.
All right, so she stumbled into the snow the first time because of how much blood she's been losing, but she knows that she has to kill her now, or else she's not gonna make it. And so she gets back up again, picks up the sun sword again, and she tries to hit one more time.
Mm-hmm. Attack with advantage.
That's a 20 and a 14 and
roll that extra d8.
D8.
Okay.
And so she finally stands up to Amelia, and Ismark's holding her back, and she says, "Go back to the bottom of the 7 hells where you belong." And she just drives it into her heart.
And Ismark stops, feeling like he needs to struggle. And her body slowly turns to ash. Blood tears. And she looks horrified and miserable. Why did you kill them?
I didn't know at the time that they were your friends. But knowing who you are, maybe this land is better off without them and without you.
She grits her teeth as she turns into a pile of ash that falls at your feet around the sun sword. And combat is essentially over. Casimir,
Except for that one dude on the ground.
it's true.
Casimir, please kill him.
Casimir snaps his fingers,
Please kill him.
and the last berserker erupts in flame.
Man, I'm like, is that berserker about to become a recurring NPC? Good lord, just die.
And Doru is just holding Donovich's lifeless body
And
and is drinking heavily from it.
Serena doesn't even she doesn't even notice. She's just completely focused on Amelia, and when Amelia turns into dust, she just her knees buckle and she just falls into the snow.
Ismark immediately goes over and catches you. You alright? You don't look alright.
And her mind is just dazed, and
She says, she's dead.
Yeah. The bitch is dead.
That's all that matters right now. Where's Casimir?
Hello?
Flies down, landing.
I am fine, thanks for asking.
He looks
Are
like
they-
he's looking really rough too.
Are they all gone?
Not all.
And he points down to Doru,
Who's left?
who is drinking deeply from Donovich's body.
Oh no. We have to stop him. And she
Yeah.
tries to pull up, but she's in so
Yeah.
much pain right now.
Ismark puts in just a slight bit of effort so that you fall back into his arms. And he is holding you very gently. And he just says, "It's all right. It's too late for him. He did what he could."
And her eyes just water with tears, like.
And Ismark gives you the same coddling treatment and holds you very gently and takes the back of your head and puts it to his shoulder.
And
It
she
wasn't your
just
fault.
They're your people too.
I know. Believe me, I do.
and she just, tears are just streaming down her cheeks, like she wants to stop Doru right now, but she can barely move.
And you sit there for a bit before Doru releases and Donovich's body looks like a shallow husk, completely drained. Father? And he just kneels over her with his body.
Serena's out of commission right now. She's just laying there in Ismark's arms, just trying to recover.
You take a short rest. Casimir, Ismark, and Serena, all the trio, you all help each other. And you can't help but remember your grandmother's song that has those magical properties, and you all heal up.
It's just a soft hum.
Mm-hmm.
You know, she can't play her violin right now. It's just it's just a soft melody.
Yeah, and Ismark still holding you and patting you gently.
Mm-hmm.
Very oddly maternal for Ismark.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna have to roll hit dice.
Yep, and your maximum HP is reduced. Be aware.
Right, it is negative 14.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know what? I think I might have to. I'm gonna use like 6 of my 7 hit dice.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
There we go. There we go.
There we go, indeed. Holy
Woo! I rolled
crap.
good. I am technically all healed up in a technical sense,
Yeah,
but
you still
is not
feel
all-
very
yeah.
weak. Like you've been drained of blood.
yeah, she's very, very lightheaded and weak.
Casimir, too. He used his hit dice, but he didn't regain very much.
Wow, that's garbage.
Yeah.
Casimir, just is letting you and Ismark have a moment, standing back. And is still just watching Doru. It looks like Doru wants to cry, but he just can't. It's a very pitiful sight.
What do you want to do with him?
I'm not sure. He just killed his own father. We should go down there. And she tries to help herself up, and she feels a little better,
Yeah.
but
Casimir taps both your
Body is just like,
Yeah,
ow.
Casimir taps both your shoulders, and you feel like you can effortlessly move.
effortlessly.
Yeah.
There you go.
Actually, does he have that spell slot available? Let me check. That might not be a thing. He might need to float you down.
Okay.
Fly is a 3rd level, and he does have a 4th. And is it an additional person?
I believe it's
one additional person per level, so he can't get all 3 of you. So he taps
We have to featherfall, yeah.
he taps Ismark, and then Ismark can fly and he can fly, and then they both help you down.
Ismark can you just carry me down easy.
Yeah. Like a princess.
Yay!
Floating down, and then putting you back on your feet. And Doru is still just standing there. A horrified look on his face as he kneels over his father.
And she just stares at him, remembering the last time she met him, and she still has the sun sword in her hand, but
the sun sword is giving you an overwhelming rage to kill him. It's a drive to act.
She walks to Doru.
Doesn't notice you.
And she looks at him and then looks at the corpse on the ground.
It looks like a body that has completely been dehydrated. It is a horrifying sight. The skin is clutching to his skeleton.
And she decides to walk up to Doru and places a hand on his shoulder and drives the sun sword into his heart.
And he looks up at you. What's after this? As his body begins to turn black with ash.
I don't know, but may the Morning Lord have mercy on you.
He reaches and holds his own symbol of the Morning Lord. Father. And smiles. And turns to ash.
And after he becomes dust, she wipes her face that are wet with tears, and she turns back to Ismark and Casimir and says, "Let's go."
Yeah. Let's get the cart.
Yeah.
Looks over at Donovich's body. We do burials here.
let's... You were blessed by the father of that church. You think maybe...
I could try, I suppose. He deserved better. And she looks down at the corpse of the man who she spoke with so long ago. Let's give them a proper burial.
You dig for a bit. And eventually a mound is raised. Ismark sets 2 stones. And then both Ismark and Casimir look to you to give the send-off, as you are a paladin of the Morning Lord.
All right, so this is Donovich. Who was the other one that was Petrovic? Okay,
Yeah,
that was the other
yeah,
father. Okay.
Yeah.
And is there one for Doru as well, or is it just
Would you
him?
have done one for Doru as well?
Yeah, why not?
Okay, then they're 2 gravestones side by side. You need to push in ash to the second one, but it's easily done. You're standing over these mounds as the wind is blowing through your hair.
I'm not as well versed as a regular priest or a paladin, but I hope these words bring comfort to your souls. You both have suffered so much under Strahd's wrath, and neither of you deserved this fate. So I hope the Morning Lord watches over both of you and your souls, wherever they may go. Thank you, Father Donovich, for being so kind to me when I first arrived into this land. And Doru, I know that you are not a malicious person. I know that if you chose, this is not how you want your life to be. I pray that you are both at rest.
And she nods her head and touches their tombstones and then gives her final goodbye.
The tombstones glow with a faint light as you send them off, and you go back to the cart. Casimir doesn't feel like talking. Ismark looks over at you to make sure that you're okay every once in a while. But he doesn't initiate conversation unless you do.
There's nothing to say.
And you carry on through the winding snow with sound that you've grown familiar to by now. The crack of the whip. And the cart being drawn. You travel day in and day out. Triumphant. But your victory is bittersweet. And each day that passes, you can see the weight on Ismark begins to grow a little heavier. Like he is desperate for anything to distract him.
And he gets into the habit of just mindlessly sharpening the edge of a spear non-stop. And this is a magical spear that doesn't need sharpening. But he just goes for it whenever there is any idle time. So, with that, eventually, you see on the horizon the canyon opens up. And you see a faint dot in the distance. You've been off the main road for a while now. You continued along south until you hit a wall of mist. And then there was a jagged road in the snow that shouldn't be there. You don't know why this exists, but it looks like it's being maintained by something because there's such heavy snowfall. But it looks like no one's treaded it in a long, long time. Casimir says,
That's the road to the Ember Temple. I've seen it in my dreams.
and you continue up and up and up. And eventually, you see a distant sight. Some kind of architecture carved into the side of the wall. The road fades away under the covering of snow, but it takes you far enough to see a facade of some kind of temple carved into the sheer mountainside ahead. The front of the structure is 50 feet high and has 6 alcoves containing 20-foot-tall statues. Each statue is carved from a single block of amber and depicts a faceless, hooded figure, and its hands pressed together in a gesture of prayer. Between the 2 innermost statues is a 20-foot-tall archway with a staircase leading down, and these statues look familiar. They look like stone figures of the people that you've seen in your dreams.
This is it. This is it. This is it. We made it.
Let's hope there is a way to destroy Strahd in here.
Hey. I got your back, okay?
You too. And she gives him a little smile.
And as you stand, get off the cart, your feet slamming into the soft snow beneath you, staring at this temple, thinking about what could be inside, contemplating everything that happened. But you're here. Despite all the sacrifices and everything that it took, you're here. And now it's time to see if it was all worth it. And that is where we are going to end tonight's session.
End scene.